Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys what I do with the drivers that don't have CDL. In case you want to sponsor them to take their license, use this for American Sourcing LLC. Drivers that do not have CDL, they usually do what is called a joint venture. Joint venture agreement. I use a page called Law Depot. Of course, you pay for the page. There's a monthly fee, and if you do annual fee, it's usually cheaper. Uh, but other than that, this page will let you do a lot of things that has to do with when it comes to legal papers. They'll do it for you: bill of sale, loan agreement, sales agreement. When it comes to businesses, you could do an LLC operating agreement. You could do purchase of business agreement. In this case, what I'm doing is called a joint venture agreement. Basically, I have created this one as an example. This joint venture agreement is between American Sourcing and John Doe. So the sample name that I selected myself. I'm gonna show you what I usually put down. I would look like this. It's gonna ask you, what. Give me a second. Let's go back there. It usually asks you, in what type of industry are you trying to do this business? Or in what type of industry does the business operate? And then you get to select. I usually click other. We don't have transport here, so I just go with others. And the state of Florida, you select whatever state you are located on, or whatever state your main base of operation is on. But mine is in Florida. I'll go with a joint venture, and then this is where it gets, here. Put the name of the company, the address, and then what is the purpose of the venture? Well, in this case, American Sourcing LLC will pay John Doe the license CDL-A in an agreement to work with American Sourcing LLC for at least 1 year. That is the purpose of the venture. When would this be signed? I put October 21st. When is it going to take effect, or when is it going to be the event? Well, both company owners will sign, or both parties will sign. Okay, if the first member is American Sourcing LLC, the second member is John Doe, fake address. All right, members contribution. This is straightforward. American Sourcing is paying. Okay, so what is American Sourcing paying here then? Well, it's paying $3,400 for the CDL practice school. In there, for this price, they will usually get 2 weeks of practice before they had to take the practical exams. Usually in the school itself, they will take the exam. I have learned that it's usually, especially if the drivers are new and they have never, brand new drivers usually need a little bit more they haven't gotten that intuition tune up yet. So with 2 weeks there of that ongoing experience, they usually come up in a better shape than just coming straight out of the practical without any experience at all. Of course, you still have to put somebody that has experience besides them, but this will definitely help them. Okay, so here we have describe all the contributions made by this member, which this member is American Sourcing LLC. It will pay for the CDLA license, and its estimated time for completion will be around 20 days. It's usually 2 weeks, but a little bit more just in case. John Doe, his contribution in this case, the employee will remain with the company for at least 1 year. The value, it's nothing, we don't have a value there, it's just the agreement that we have. What are our duties and obligations for American Sourcing? I usually put down that American Sourcing will pay the CDL license, and it will give timely work for employee. So basically, if we don't have any work to give you for more than a month, the contract it's null. The contract it's expire. Why? Because I pay for the license for you to work for me, but if I don't have any job, If I don't have any work for you, then I'm not, you're not obligated to stay with a company that doesn't let you pay the bills at home. Okay, the employee will work as a driver for at least 1 year. If John Doe decides to leave before the 1 year mark, John Doe will have to pay back 3,400 in this case. Just in case they decided to leave the company before that. And then most of the people will ask, oh, how do you make sure they pay you back? Well, then in that case, you make something, you open something called an escrow account, or you don't have to open a brand new account. Just make sure that you hold a deposit for your drivers. In this case, it will be 3,500. It doesn't have to be just for the CDL license. It could be also for damages to the truck or damages to whatever products you transport. It's always a good suggestion to do so. Okay, everything after, I just leave it as it comes because it's set up automatically. Members meeting and voting, all of these things that I normally don't really use. Manager, votes, dissolving the joint, all of this. Basically, it's just the extra bit here and there. For example, sell or assign member interest. You cannot sell the CDL to someone else, so you don't have to really focus on all of this. Just stick to whatever it has, and you'll be fine. And then, so here we have. I usually put a couple of clause, even though I have them in before. Previously, have stated them before. I put them again here. That way, it's redundant. So here we go again. If the driver leaves before the year mark, starting October 21st, 2021, driver escrow will pay for CDL license expenses, 3,500. If American Sourcing LLC cannot provide work for a month, contract will expire. It's very straightforward. It keeps the balance between the company and the driver. Both have a way out. Both have a way to charge the other. Simple. When will this agreement be signed? You could put a specific day if you like. I leave mine unsure just in case the driver would like to take the contract home, read it, and then come back and sign it. Will the signatures be witnessed? Yes, somebody else will be here, usually the dispatcher or someone else, another driver. Someone will, just make sure that they sign. And there you have it. After that, you just click print and you're good to go. It looks like this. It's very straightforward. You tell member duties on this, member duties, member contributions. Straightforward. Let me show you all the way to the end. The signature page. Here we go. Sign, and and then the witness of whoever is signing. Good. That's about it. All right. Hopefully this is a quick, guide or tutorial, just an example of how you can do a contract for those drivers that would like to get the CDL, but they would like for you to sponsor them. If you have any questions, of course, comment, and I'll try to get back to you and give you a more in detail explanation.